everyone, I'm Lily Genovese. I'm the coordinator for Trout in the Classroom for New York City and the New York City watersheds. Welcome to our STEM Fireside Chats. Today we have students Erica and Litzy, both juniors from the High School of American Studies at Lehman College, who will be interviewing Sara Ray. Sara is a technical advisor at the East River Station, the steam generating station for Con Edison. She is a chemistry supervisor for Con Edison's East River Steam Generation Station. Her role is to make sure that the steam that is produced is clean and safe for the customers and the general public. I'm going to turn it right over to our students to start with their interview.
Hi, Sara. What job responsibilities do you have?
So I'm responsible for supervising the chemistry group at one of our steam generating stations. So steam's a pretty interesting commodity that we have at Con Edison. We produce in total 11.6 million pounds of steam we're capable of producing that we send out through an underground network, about 125 miles worth of piping to all of the skyscrapers, or most of the skyscrapers that you see in Manhattan. And I'm responsible for making sure that that steam purity and the quality is clean. So we actually take a municipal water supply, meaning the drinking water that you get throughout Manhattan, and we treat it further to get it super, super clean. And my job responsibility is to make sure that that water gets treated and we remove all of the extra minerals in the water that might cause our boilers that we use to create that steam to get scale or to corrode, eventually, essentially to prevent it from failing. And also, I'm responsible for making sure that we schedule regular sampling of the water that's in the boilers and the water from our water treatment system and even the steam that we send out to make sure that it always meets the really high standards that we set for it.
Hi, Sara. That's a very interesting job. I was wondering, what do you think is your greatest accomplishment so far?
It's a pretty tough question. I would say my greatest accomplishment is how much I've learned so far. This wasn't originally the job that I thought I would be doing, and I was so fascinated by the idea of steam and steam operations that eventually I knew I wanted this job, and I studied really hard to get to this job. I found any book I could find. I shadowed people that were doing the job. And looking back now at that period of time, which was almost 7 years ago, I'm surprised at myself. As far as the job itself, we recently upgraded a lot of our chemical instruments, and it was something the station that I work at hasn't done for almost 20 or 30 years. And I really pushed and fought for us to be able to do that. And it was really rewarding to see the instruments installed and working, and finally seeing, a project that I had a direct impact on and believed in working out and being successful.
That's actually very inspiring. Did you undergo the Leadership Development Program? If so, what advice would you give to college graduates who are about to enroll?
So I didn't undergo the Leadership Development Program. I was a direct hire, meaning I was a working professional before I came to Con Edison. But advice that I would give for anyone that's looking to enroll in the program is really look back at any internship experience that you have, any work that you've done, papers, and really try to tie that, to what you want to do at Con Edison. I think being able to show your passion, for the work that you've done and that you plan to do, and, maybe even knowing what you want to do and just communicating that goes a long way.
That's some really great advice. I was wondering, can you provide examples of like new innovative methods that Con Edison has developed to provide their citizens with cleaner and more efficient energy options?
That's a really good question. Let's see. So I don't know if you guys have heard lately about CLCPA. It's the Climate and Leadership Community Protection Act. It targets a 85% reduction in greenhouse gas emissions by 2050. My organization, which is STEAM Operations, we've been exploring a number of ways to meet these targets. We've been reducing our carbon footprint for a number of years now by moving towards cleaner fuel sources for operating our boilers, which produces the steam we send out to our customers, like I mentioned before. However, lately, our R&D group has been exploring some really creative options to do even better than that. We're looking at carbon capture, which is essentially capturing the carbon from the steam stacks and ideally using it in another process. And we're also looking at alternative fuels that won't emit carbon when they're burned. As far as our water stewardship, we've been upgrading our water treatment plants throughout the years. And at my facility, we're in the process of an upgrade that adds another step to our treatment process so that we waste less water. And just a couple of other notes. For Con Edison, we're also the 7th largest solar provider in the world. I don't know if very many people know that. And we've been investing in battery storage, which is also going to really help us avoid our reliance on fossil fuel burning plants when our electric demand is really high in the city, helping us once again to reduce our carbon impact on the environment.
Thank you so much, Sarah. This is so much insightful information. And it sounds like Con Edison is really going to have a need for a lot of STEM professionals in the future with all their new initiatives. It's truly amazing. I want to say thank you to our students as well, Erica and Litzy from the High School of American Studies at Lehman College. We're so proud to be partnering with the school and also with Con Edison and Trout in the Classroom and Trout Unlimited. Thank you all for your time. And for everyone watching, I hope you enjoyed the program and I look forward to seeing you on our next STEM Fireside Chat. Thank you, everyone.